This is the 2010, the 30th San Diego Surf Cup. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg G.K. Porter with Jim Costa on the camera. And this match in the boys under 12 category will feature the Pateadores, a number 3 ranked team in the nation at this category of age, and the Eastside FC out of Washington State. Let's get the lineups for both teams. First for Eastside FC, they'll be in red. And they are the red team. Number 1 will be Ben Lewis. He's at defender. Number 4 is Jack DeLay at mid. Number 6 is Sam Dawson at defender. 13, Mitchell Mead will be at forward or mid. 16, Jake Anson at mid. 20, Paul Lewis, and he's the keeper. 22, Freddie Kleeman, defender. 24, Tay Arias, defender. 25, Sergio Ramirez, forward. 28, Jesse Franklin, defender. 33, Lucas Meek, midfielder. 34, Eamon Stein at forward. 37, Matthew Richardson at forward. 44, Hunter Bauman at midfield. The coach is Anand Onuan, and the assistant is Jake Savet, and the manager is Martine Lewis. Let's get the lineup for the Pateadores. Pateadores will be in all blue today. The keeper is Anthony Garduno. Number 3 at right defender is Danny Aranda. Number 4 at defender is Abraham Murillo. Number 6 at right mid or defender is Isaac Romero. Number 7 at center mid is Lucas Ronay. Number 8 at left defender is Lalo Gonzalez. Number 9 at center mid is Andrew Adame. Number 10 at forward is Giovanni Tenorio. Number 11 at defender is Leonardo Flores. Number 12 at right wing is Julian Anaya. 13 at defender is Brandon Duncan. 14 at left wing is Rodrigo San Roman. Number 15 at center mid is John Bibas. 16 at defender is Felipe Sanchez. The sweeper is Ronaldo Fuentes. Number 19 at right wing is Janek Pineda. And number 22 at forward is Santiago Gulera. And the midfielder is Chris Torres, number 61. About ready to shift colors and get underway here from the Polo Grounds of San Diego, up here in the city of Del Mar, right across the 5 freeway from where the surf meets the turf. The 30th Surf Cup, great, the best tournament here in San Diego County, one of the best tournaments in the entire country. You got to get invited to play in this one. 25-minute halves. Going from left to right is Eastside FC, the red team, the 98 red team, and from right to left is the Pateadores. Center ref checking to make sure his lines people are all set and ready to go. First game for me, and we are underway since the World Cup, and we hope you enjoyed that. Some great soccer, and now we'll bring it down to the youth level here in a great tournament. Eastside FC now with a soccer ball. Lucas Meek in the central, the big circle there, brings it out of the circle, gets it up to his teammate Richardson, who wants to draw it back to the wide. Over to Eamon into the 18-yard box, and it's an offsides call. Offside, so the first few seconds of the game, they get it started. Eastside FC with a rush down the field against the number 3 team of the nation. Pateadores have it now. Pateadores, who continue to win tournaments. They've won this Surf Cup the last 2 years at 11 and the age of 10. On the near side with it is San Roman. Gets it into the 18-yard box. But it's going to be an offsides call and a free kick for Eastside FC. The visitors from the state of Washington. Off in the white and the blue. The darker blue. Lighter blue for the Pateadores. We've seen both of these two teams before. We know what they can do. A long ball into the corner on the near side. Working with it is Lalo Gonzalez. Pushes it up forward, gets a strike there by his teammate Galera. Lots of traffic. Galera comes in, pushing it toward the center circle, but a quick touch there by Freddie Kleeman. And they get their counterattack going. In the central, coming off is Lloyd, and knocking that ball past the, or towards the goal post, or the goal line, I should say, but it's still in play. Any substitutions, we will mention them as they touch that soccer ball if we do not get the exact player coming in. In a 0-0 match. As we are in about the 3rd minute of the match. In this game today, we will be mentioning about the George Langevin historic moment. That's a new feature. Into the 18-yard box, and running onto it there. Into the corner, gonna take a shot up high. Looking for the back post that time was Matthew Richardson. Nice play by Richardson to get a shot from the wide after coming down to central. Anthony Garduno has been pretty active here in the first half. But Anthony Garduno not worried about that, we know. You got to, in order to be number 3 in the nation, you got to believe in your defenders. And your defenders got to be good, understand the game, and obviously they do. Garduno now has it. Pushes it past the center circle, retreating back, Eastside FC 98 team. And now they have to play defense. He's coming down is Ronai, and it's going to be an offsides call. Paul Lewis with the head adornment. Maybe he got an injury of sort, or maybe not, but he's got a head adornment over there as the keeper. Touch there quickly by Jake Anson, but they give it away. In a big circle, drawing it back over to Lalo Gonzalez. Gonzalez across midfield. He's got runners there. And that is Ronai. Ronai in the central. Ronai still on a soccer ball, dispossessed there. And a couple of players for Eastside FC. They win that soccer ball, push it up to the center circle, but now it's pushed back to the defensive third on the near side now. Pushed up on a long ball, looking for Iman Stein. And out in central. On the near side at Pateadores with the soccer ball, Lalo Gonzalez. He got it up forward there to do Galera. And coming into the play is Lalo Gonzalez, reducing the size of the field. They intercept. In his space. Smart play on the near side. As Tenoria. And it is into the 18-yard box. And another ball on the field. But no problem that time for Lewis being able to make the save. In the central, Pateadores working their offense. On the near side, San Roman. San Roman getting it to Tenoria. And he's got a teammate who weaves his way, takes a shot at Lewis, and Lewis is able to make the save. Again, now they're starting to get shots and figure out what Eastside FC is going to do, as they had a trap going on there in the early moments. But they're able to start to break that trap a little bit now. Eastside FC at midfield. Good challenge that time by Bibas. Bibas working out wide, got a teammate. Looking toward the central to Galera. Galera, he in the red cleats, beats a player, is in the box, and takes a shot, and he misses the far post. He was onside. They were onside that time. They had a runner just by Paul Lewis. but the shot went awry. Eastside FC now, the goal kick into the big circle. Bibas and company, they give way now. We got to retreat back. Is Romero. He goes down. Into the corner, Eastside FC. Dribbling and a save that time by Garduno. Outside of the 18-yard box. Garduno playing that near post really well that time. As a striker coming right at him. Retreating back is Freddie Kleeman. Kleeman now bringing it up from the visitors from Washington. Kleeman still on a soccer ball. Going to go out wide to his teammate. And that is Mitchell Mead. Mead turning. Mead still on the ball. And he's cut off at the 6. Goes out wide now. Jonik Pineda. And it's central. Eastside FC still on a soccer ball. Going down at time was Jake Hansen, and they take it away. No call. Free play. And on it is Tenorio. Tenorio. Giovanni Tenorio takes a shot. Tenorio trying to get a rebound for a shot in the goal, and he got the rebound, but unable to put it in the back of the net was Galera. So Paul Lewis able to get to the soccer ball before Galera could get to it. But Tenoria, a beautiful shot that time. Lewis showing he has to be able to do some things as a keeper. The speed of the Pateadores being depth of foot also is something that creates a lot of problems for teams. And their defenders begin to wear down. 0-0 is your score here. This boys under 12 action in the Surf Cup 2010, the 30th annual Surf Cup. He had it at about the 10th minute of the match unofficially. If we give you minutes, it's unofficial. It's thereabouts. On a soccer ball is Mitchell Mead. Mead out wide. Mead getting it over to Ramirez. Ramirez's shot up high over the top of the net. Garduno watching that one sail over the top of the net. But a nice shot that time to force Garduno to think about it. 0-0 is the score. The Pateadores are going to get some fresh players in. Andrew Adame looks like he's going to come in along with Leonardo Flores. So Flores and Adame into the contest for the Blue Pateadores in its 0-0 match. Pateadores, team that, as I mentioned, won both Surf Cups when they were 10 and 11 years of age. Last 2 years, same thing with the Thanksgiving Surf Cup. They also won the Slammers tournaments most recently, Circle City and Corona. Slammers is a very nice tournament, and the Copa Laguna. They've won that 2 years in a row. And now, quickly on it is Tenoria. Tenoria, and his pass is had too much pace on it in the box, leading his teammate, Santiago Galera. And they're able to sweep that one out of the penalty area. That was Jake Anson. Eastside FC now in their box, trying to defend. It goes out wide to Adame, who's into the contest freshly. Adame looking for a teammate. He's got Ronai. Ronai's got it now. Ronai weaves into the interior. He's got, again, the dangerous one, Galera, and he sweeps that ball. But coming off his line nicely was Paul Lewis to make the save. We've seen Paul Lewis on your George Lanyovan Video Sports Productions before. He's a good keeper, plays well. Into the 18-yard box. And now it heads out of the box. As in their defensive third, Eastside FC playing well. Pushing it up towards midfield now. Beavis. And nobody there at the other end of John Beavis. His pass. In the 70s with some humidity here at the Surf Cup as the sun working its way on the field as the clouds disappearing as the day has got to midday. Still very comfortable. Nice pass over to Renai. And on it is Lucas Renai. Renai weaves and he tries to make that last move, and a beautiful play in the central by Eastside FC. But here's another chance, and that chance by Leonardo Flores, the guest player, goes way awry of the near post. 0-0 your score here in the first half. 25-minute halves in his boys under 12 action.
Win the knockdown, guys. Referee, come on, ref.
In the 13th minute, and a center ref now coming over to talk to the Eastside FC youngster. A warning there, Freddie Kleeman. Take it from the 6 in this 0-0 match. Hope you're enjoying all the action. Jim Costas on the camera. Greg G.K. Porter, happy to be with you. The San Diego Polo Grounds. San Diego Surf Cup 2010. On a soccer ball now. Beavis. And he's got his teammate, and he puts it in the back of the net. That's Santiago Galera for a goal. Galera down to central, and he waited for what the keeper, Paul Lewis, was going to do, and he just put it in the back of the net. And as you can see there by that score by Galera, he knows what he's doing, knows how to put it in the back of the net. And that is one of the dangerous things that defenders and keepers have to deal with whenever they're playing the Pateadores, this particular team under 12. 1-0 is your score. But Eastside FC, who were the State Cup finalists as boys under 11 in their state, in a double overtime loss, lost the championship. They know how to play good soccer. They won the Starfire Memorial Tournament as now boys under 12. And recently they won the Sounders FC, or they were the finalists in the Sounders FC, tournament up in the state of Washington. Anthony Garduno has it all teed up at the 6. Big local channel that does a lot of the local reporting, videographing. KUSI was here earlier talking to a Maui team, and they're one of the ones that likes LandjaminProductions.com. Good to see them here. Hawaii teams in general have been very gracious to us. On a soccer ball, Tenoria gets it over to the dangerous Galera. Galera on a soccer ball, takes a shot, but Lewis had it guarded quite well there at the near post, and his defender helped him out. Defender Freddie Kleeman doing a fine job to make the shot a little bit tougher for Galera. Galera on a bid there for his second goal. Garduno has it. Anthony Garduno driving it up in the center circle area. Galera, a little bit of a header. The deep back, they trying to get it out of their own half, and a player falls down, and he's going to be offsides this time, Galera. Santiago figured, oh man, eyes got big that time. but he was a little bit too ambitious on the play. Free kick upcoming. Eastside FC down 1-0. Still a close game against the number 3 team in the nation at the boys under 12 over in blue. When I mean number 3, I mean number 3 in the country. Touched by Galera. And now touched again by Flores. He's got his teammate down to Central. And a save by Lewis. And another save by Lewis. Paul Lewis, 2 outstanding saves to keep it 1-0. More than halfway through the first half of this match. Pateadores still entertaining a 1-0 lead. Eastside FC trying to get some offense going, but seems like the blue is all over the field with the soccer ball. Davis. Adame. And it is knocked out of play. Protecting into space. Nicely done that time by Pateadores. Got a substitution as coming out is Sam Dawson. Sam doing a fine job at the central. And he's got his teammate, I believe that's Ben Lewis. Coming in now for the Pateadores is Julian Anaya, number 12. He have the yellow cleats. Galera, who's already scored 1 goal in the match. Going to be a throw-in for the all blue in a 1-0 match. In the corner, into the box now. And a touch on the near side to get it out of the box. Nice job defending. And that was Jack DeLay. Jack DeLay sees it coming in space now. And making a move is Flores. Flores in the box. That ball over to Tenoria. Tenoria goes down, maybe trying to draw a shot, and he did not get the call. Tenoria would have liked a penalty shot that time. And he's kind of smarting right now. The shot taken by Leonardo Flores, and he just missed the far post. 1-0. But good work offensively for the Pateadores. Just didn't come up with what they wanted that time. Adame pushing it out to Santiago Galera, but he fell down. Outfield. On the wide now. Anaya now getting a touch with the soccer ball. He just freshly was in. They draw it back to Lalo Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets a touch by his teammate, Anaya, who pushed it out to the wing. Here's Flores. Flores beating one defender, weaving his way. Leonardo Flores still on a soccer ball, but good defense that time as they dispossess him and come up with the soccer ball in their defensive third. And most accurately, their penalty area. Murillo drops it out wide to Romero. Romero pushes it along the right flank, looking for Adame, and Adame has it. Andrew Adame looking for Galera, and he won't get to it, as getting to it first was Jake Anson, and Anson drives it out of play. Thought the better of it in the space. Wanted to get some help. Still 1-0 here in the first half between the Pateadores and Eastside FC. Into the 18-yard box. Galero, bicycle kick, and it goes past the 6 and past the goal line. Oh, if Galero would have scored on that play, that would have been one of the great plays so far this tournament. Still 1-0. Eastside FC. Now we'll have it as a goal kick in their 6. We're at about the 23rd minute of the match. And the center ref says there's a foul in the space. Free kick for Eastside FC. Eastside FC red. On it now as they get the counter. Working to Tenoria, and he's offside. Well, maybe not he was offsides, but his teammate in the left in the purple cleats. Boy, they like the colorful cleats, Pateadores. Leonardo Flores. Probably offside. 1-0. Eastside FC red. And they get a runner now and run it back. Of course, to help out was Ronaldo Fuentes. And Ronaldo Fuentes able to get back as they had a striker down the central that time. But nice play by Fuentes. Retreat back and get that ball out of danger. In their own defensive half, and Lalo Gonzalez goes down. However, running strong with it is Leonardo Flores. Flores gets that ball over to Tenoria. Tenoria goes out wide, a touch there by Renai, but his teammate gets it and shoots it over the top of the net. Boy, they run in unison, in a wave, so to speak, at the defenders, forcing the defenders to decide who to cover. And they're all pretty deadly. You won't get the number 3 ranking in the nation unless you are. You won't win 2 straight state cup, or I should say surf cups, and the Thanksgiving time surf cups either if you're not able to do that.
Time and play. Leo, get there, Leo.
Pateadores again working their offense on the outside of the box, but getting to it nicely has been Lewis. And Lewis and that interior defender hitting that ball out of play. Pateadores is going to get some fresh players in. We got Brandon Duncan is into the contest. He's number 13. And I believe, John Beavis is back in. Beavis is throwing it in. Beavis into the box. Eastside FC red. And that's the end of the first half of action with the score. As Eastside FC 98 red able to keep it to a close game. But they had to make some great plays. Otherwise, this one could be a 2 or 3 or 4 goal margin. Stick with us. You'll see a little video and hear what the coaches are saying to their players, and then we'll be back with the second half of action in this boys under 12 game, Surf Cup 2010. Action set to get underway here in the second half. The Pateadores in all blue will be going from left to right, and from right to left is Eastside FC 98 red. 1-0 on the score by Santiago Galera for the Pateadores in the first half, and that is the only score in the match. Center ref now heading over in the corner to talk to somebody. So we got a little bit of a pause. At one time, recently, the Pateadores were #1 in the nation. And if you look at little things here and there, they may still be #1 or they may be #3, but one way or another, they're in the top 3. Let's put it to you that way. And definitely, if they win this tournament, they'll be #1 in the nation. And a boys under 12 category. And if they did that, it'd be the 3rd straight time. And now you're talking about you got to start looking at the record books as far as age groups, what team has won it the most amount of times in a row. And they're already a part of the Surf Cup history as it is. But they may be on the top part of Surf Cup history if they win this tournament again. On a soccer ball now, Lucas Meek. The noise you hear above is a helicopter. We don't know what they're up to. And obviously something. Something related to search. This is a tournament that has been very well guarded and regulated and managed. Surf Cup committee doing a great job, and they've been doing it for 30 years now. This is the 30th year. Cross midfield now. On it is Tenoria, and Tenoria trying to get it to Galera. Galera back out to Tenoria. Tenoria trying to weave to the interior. Tenoria looked to the outside to Adame, and Adame has it. He's being covered, though, by Mitchell Mead. Adame still on a soccer ball. And in some regards, you'd say, well, what is he doing? It's an advantage. When you're ahead 1-0, you're not the team in the world's most famous sport of soccer that has to try to get the equalizer. The other team does. Up in the air and a save by Paul Lewis, who played a great first half, and I marked that at the end of the first half. If it were not for him playing such a great first half and his teammates defensively, they might be down by 3 or 4 goals. But can they keep it going here in the second half? Retreating back, Ben Lewis. He was under a lot of pressure by Galera. Galera in the space, Galera in the penalty area. Galera looking for his teammate. Ball caroms over to Adame. Adame over to Renai. Renai weaving his way down to central, going down, but it must have been outside of the box. No call, but here's Galera. He's so tough, and he takes a shot at a save by Lewis. Galera finding a way to get space and get a shot. And undoubtedly, most of these kids watch portions of the World Cup, and that's the players that are so difficult to deal with are able to do that at a professional level. On the near side, it goes out. But that type of play starts at the youth level. It starts at a level like this and younger. So what am I saying? Well, you wish Galera well and health down the road. Who knows? Our national team's got to get better. It's players like that that are going to help us get better. Although we had a pretty good World Cup, but not good enough. Netherlands had a much better cup and nearly won it all, but you give credit to Spain, who was resilient, did not lose. They got tied, but did not lose. Galera on the move and the attacking third, and he tried to thread the needle that time, but right there in the space was Ben Lewis. Nice play by Ben. Knock it out of play. 1-0. Pateadores in all blue still lead. Here in the second half of action. About 5 minutes gone so far. Ball knocked out by the Pateadores past the goal line. And from the 6, Eastside FC, 98 red will try and get an attack going here out of their own defensive half. Up in the air, Adami meeting it. Andrew makes a move, goes wide. Being marked that time by Pateadores. He gets around Arias, finds a teammate, and a save by Lewis. A shot that time, point blank by John Bibas, and Lewis able to make the kick save. Brilliant save by Paul Lewis. Otherwise, it's 2-0. And now here they go the other way, but they're offside. Two players inside at point-blank range in the 6. And Bibas takes a shot, and Lewis makes an incredible save. Paul Lewis starting it out here today, having a great tournament. And if you're him, you've got to keep that going. It's going to be tough to do that. But this is the type of game that helps your confidence. But how long can it last? And it goes out of play. Eastside FC want to try to get some offense going. They haven't had many chances at it. On a soccer ball, Hunter Bauman. Bauman getting it to his teammate there, Lucas Meek. And Meeks gets it again after the block. Meek makes a nice play. Lucas Meek still on it. Meek outside the box. Takes a shot, and it's blocked, but he's got a teammate there. And a save that time by Gardono. Lucas Meek got it started, and he nearly was able to get it into the back of the net with his teammate, but Gardono made a great save. Both the keepers being able to make great saves.
You're good. Brandon, all the way up. Come on, all the way up. All down.
In this contest, Gardono hasn't had to make too many of them.
Keep going, Andrew. Put him under pressure. Come on.
But you see their ability, the Pateadores, to be the type of team that they are. And again, I've said we've seen these kids on the LandrymanProductions.com's videos in the past. Not our first rodeo, these young men. The throw in, the Galera, but he doesn't get to it. Toward the center circle, but he didn't get there. On it. Davis got a teammate, but the soccer ball taken away by Eastside FC. On the near side, with the Swedish across their jerseys in the front. Drawing it back, taking their time. Hunter Bauman trying to possess the ball and spread out the all blue, the Pateadores, a little bit. But the speed of the Pateadores getting to the soccer ball is usually the problem in being able to hold on to the soccer ball for any length of time. And now they have it. Here's a long ball, and it's whether Galera can get to it first and get it back. There is Ben Lewis. Lewis had to retreat back. And it's going to be a free kick. Free kick now for Eastside FC. Down only 1-0. Great match.
Those are the ball that you got.
Here at noon time. Coming down and taking a shot just over the top of the net. That time, Matthew Richardson. Oh, Richardson could have tied up the game, but he just went a little bit too high. Beautiful run down the central, and Richardson caught him on a counter and was able to get the shot, but it was too high. As I mentioned, these guys are either finalists or they win tournaments out of Washington. They're no chopped liver here today, and they're playing well. But usually with the Pateadores, it only makes them even stronger and tougher to deal with. Lalo Gonzalez is into the contest. Romero. Sometimes they can play to the level of the competition, and then other times they'll rise above it. Here's another chance to the side as Lewis protecting the near post that time. Giovanni Tenorio. A quick strike ability. They'll come back on you, and you have to be careful, and Tenorio nearly put it in the back of the net. But Lewis, who's playing fantastic today, able to protect the near post and keep it as a 1-0 match. Fun game to watch. Hope you're enjoying it here on your LangeeventProductions.com. Jim Costas on a camera. Jim Costa on a camera. And Greg G.K. Porter enjoying all of this action here on the polo grounds of San Diego. The 30th San Diego Surf Cup. The Pateadores now have it out of their defensive third as they put up a nice wall covering in the space. However, they give way in the central. And that ball works over to Sergio Ramirez. Ramirez taking a long pass, and he just missed the near post. Ramirez taking a shot, and he just couldn't get it to swing inside the back of the net. Still 1-0. Santiago Galera scored the goal in the first half, but they haven't been able to get the second one as Paul Lewis has been very tall in the keeper position. Been very active also. Ramirez down to central. They can't get it by the sweeper. So back the other way on a counter. Here comes Pineda. Pineda's pass intercepted that time. They'll come again. Here's Romero. Romero swept out from Tenorio to Pineda, and Pineda couldn't get to it. A little bit too much pace. So it'll be a throw-in on the near side, Eastside FC. The visitors out of Washington State. Playing a fantastic match. Only down by a goal. Still with a chance here in the second half. In the boys under 12 action. And in the 12th minute, added on to the 25, the 37th minute of the match. Knocked out the Pateadores. In their own defensive third, the throw-in. Into space. Over there to Pineda. It is central, but Lewis came way off his line at the top of the box. Making a nice play. Lewis uses his head as a keeper. He's got the long arms, which helps him out. The throw-in, Eastside FC. From the far side touchline, knocked out by the Pateadores. They throw it in again. Pateadores winning it. In his central. Going to get it going on the outside. Running it down is Pineda. Pineda has it. Pineda staying with it, but dispossessed that time. Playing very well was Mitchell Meade. And now into the box, the penalty area. They've got a chance. A shot, a save, and a miss, and then a goal. And an offsides call. They had three players working hard to get one in the back of the net. And Lewis did all he could to try to keep it out of there, but no help defensively to mark up players. Tough to do with the speed. And the ability to understand a game. Now getting it over to Tenoria. Tenoria wins it out to one of his teammates over the top, and that ball goes past the goal line. And let's see, do we have a penalty kick? Oh, it's going to be a corner. And thought for there a second it might be a penalty shot. Very close though. Eastside FC has to be careful. Can't give up a penalty shot here.
Lucas, you're the target, Lucas.
Can't do it here or at any time in the game. You want to stay close. They got two fresh players coming in, Eastside FC. Maybe not a chance to mention who they are. We'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball. There's a CK coming in from the near side. An opportunity to try to go up 2-0, but Lewis goes up high. Lewis robs him, and again, I mentioned the long arms. Paul Lewis really helps his teammates out as a keeper. Eastside FC. However, now they got to retreat back, only 2.8 back, and they're running into a problem here. Tenoria, Giovanni Tenoria beats a defender. Tenoria, and it's going to be a penalty shot, is there, or not? Or was it an offsides call? It's going to be a penalty shot. That time, Galera knocked down. You can't do that in the penalty area. I believe that was Galera. Who was it? Tenoria? So it is going to be a Galera penalty shot. Tenoria started that play. Santiago Galera. And he scores. Showing his ability as a striker, not even close that time. And usually on penalty shots, it's a matter of the striker and what he does. If he strikes the ball right, no chance for the keeper. You saw that in the World Cup this year, and that's exactly what Santiago Galera did to get his second goal of the match. So it is now 2-0. And you begin to wonder, how long can Eastside FC keep this one close? But they've had a couple of chances throughout this match, just haven't been able to cash in. But the chances for the Pateadores have been much more in number. And do we have a foul? Looks like we might. Center ref might begin to start issuing cards here. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. Center ref obviously not wanting to do that unless she really feels she has to. And players have to understand it. Youngsters have to understand it. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive. And that's the kind of thing that happens if you're Eastside FC and the like playing Pateadores. The chances that are coming at you in waves and the frequency of them, you begin to maybe be more aggressive than you think you need to be. And it starts working against you. As you saw with the Galera goal, they gave them a 2-0 lead. They outnumber you in the 18-yard box. And that is the thing that the youngsters have to learn, to mark up against the numbers of players that might be in the box. And that means that you've got to have your players that are in the midfield help out, because you're not going to have as many in your defensive area that are going to be able to do that. So midfielders and forwards have to come back. And now another player going down. Eastside FC
Tío, Santi, play.
2-0 the score.
No more. Come on, go.
Pateadores lead. 19 minutes have gone in the second half. We're going to have a little bit of extra time, so to speak. But not much. Pateadores now have it. Pushing up the field. That's Ronai. Ronai looking. He was looking for Tenoria, and Tenoria didn't get it.
Here, play, come on. Isaac's here. Push it, Beavis. Push it, come on.
This one is pushed out wide. John Bibas. Bibas beating the defender. Bibas looking for Galera. He'll have another teammate that will push it right at Lewis, but Lewis is able to make the save.
Hey, Rodrigo, put it away.
The back post. Paul Lewis able to make the save, but there was a lot of numbers there. And here they come again. The Pateadores in the penalty area. Galera still able to stay with a soccer ball with strength of leg to get it to his teammates. They still keep the possession going with Bibas. Bibas now. Bibas. And Bibas being pushed there, but no call. But his team leading 2-0. And that's one of the things that begins to happen. Defensively, you get frustrated trying to deal with the ability offensively. Galera turns on two players and puts it in the back of the net. And that's the reason why I said they're one of the top 3 teams in the nation. Galera made it look easy that time. And it is 3-0. He's got all 3 goals. But he has help from his teammates because you're dealing with where are they if they're going to get the ball, and they're right along flanked with him trying to put it in the back of the net. And that was the key to this whole match, was whether Eastside FC can try and keep it close. And they did that in the first half, but to try to do it for a whole 50 minutes was going to be very, very hard. And would they be able to have a chance to get the ball in the back of the net against the Pateadores? And the only way to do that is to hold on to the soccer ball. You've got to hold on to the soccer ball quite a bit to have that chance, and the Pateadores, they just won't let you do that. You got 2 players coming in, excuse me. Chris Torres coming in the contest, I believe the first time he's in, and Danny Aranda, number 3. Torres, 61. Beavis to Galera, he's tripped up. And they say play on, Cinderella. Might not have seen the trip. Pateadores is very comfortable leading 3-0. In his Surf Cup Boys Under 12 match. And you begin to think, as Lewis makes another nice save, boy, is he going to sleep well tonight, Paul Lewis. Worked hard in this game. And for the Pateadores, the thing you start to think of is whether or not, again, as I said a little while ago, are they going to win another Surf Cup? The way they're playing here in the second half, you say it's going to be tough to stop them from doing it again. But teams get better every year. But the way Eastside FC has played in this match, who knows? Maybe they'll make it into the bracket of play. That is the quarterfinals. But we know unless something major happens against Pateadores, they're going to definitely be in that bracket of play of the quarterfinals and up. 2 players come in now for the Pateadores. Leonardo Flores, he's been a guest player, and Julian Anaya. And Leonardo's probably saying, I want to stay with these guys. I don't want to be a guest guy anymore. but they take a look at you. Who knows? Sometimes there's a spot open. A foul into space. It'll be a free kick. Leonardo will take it. Pateadores from the Mission Viejo area. If you just tuned in, they've won the last 2 Surf Cups. They won it at the age of 10, and they won it at the age of 11. They did that in the Thanksgiving time Surf Cup tournaments also. And coming out to make the save there is Garduno, and I believe that's the only one he's had to really deal with here in the second half, or maybe the second one. Lewis goes down and makes a save as a Pateadores player goes tumbling over him. Boy, has he been very, very good in this game. But you can only do so much against a guy like this guy, Galera, and he just got a weak left-footed shot that time. But again, trying to beat 2 players as he was covered that time. And that's the end of the match. We hope you enjoy this match. Close in the first half, but not so close in the second half. And possessing the ball, mostly it was the Pateadores in this contest. They win 3-0 as a tune-up towards what they want to try to do to win their 3rd straight state cup. We'll be back with interviews and closing comments in this match today as they win 3-0 over the Eastside FC 98 Red team out of Washington State. What's that? Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. Oh, man. We got to find a way on our side. We got to find a way on our side. Maybe you're in the tournaments, any of the Western states. You're in any of the Western states, but he's done the one in Texas before. So, you know. Greg G.K. Porter back here with the Eastside FC players out of Eastside 98 Red team out of Washington. And where you are?
Hi, I'm Ben Lewis.
Ben, playing in that Central Defense, and this is one of those kind of tough days to play against one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, right?
Yep. All right, yeah, I would definitely say that.
You guys, I thought, did a great job in so much as trying to, you know, go with the waves of guys that they throw at you.
Yeah, well, it's hard sometimes. They have really good balls, and they're a great team, and yeah.
But I think you guys, I saw you last year, I think you guys have improved. And this is the thing that's going to help you guys in the rest of this tournament. What's your thoughts about the rest of this tournament? Is this your first game today?
Yeah, it is our first game today, and I think we played really well today. And if we can do that again, then we're going to win the rest of the games, and we might even beat these people in the finals again.
All right, well, that's the way to think about it. You know, to face these guys again, you know, you want to come down to a great tournament like this because of the competition level, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've never seen players like this before. I mean, I used to play select, so.
Oh, wow. Ben, talk about what school you go to and a little bit about that.
Well, I go to Seattle Country Day School. I'm 11, almost 12 years old, and hopefully my dad will see me on TV. So.
Alrighty. How was the trip coming down?
Pretty good, just me and my mom. Yeah, wasn't too noisy. We didn't fly first class, so.
Oh. Maybe next year, right?
Yeah, maybe next year.
Let me talk to your teammate, and you're?
Jack DeLay.
Jack, again, playing back there on the outside defense. Weren't they something coming at you?
Yeah, I knew them from last year, and I knew they'd be hard. So it's like our coach says, defense first, then offense. So that's how we need to come into the game, and we did.
I tell you what, this is the kind of game that kind of gets your motor going, get you to thinking about what you got to do in the rest of this big tournament, right?
Yeah, I thought that we were all ready. We were ready in the first 15 minutes. We were on their side of the half the whole time. We had like a post and one call should have gone our way, but then that could have happened. Then it's like a whole new game if those goals could have gone in. And if we could have played like that in the first 15 minutes the whole game, it could have been anyone's game.
You know, everybody watched the World Cup. Did you guys watch the World Cup as a team?
We did watch the USA and England game as a team.
Okay.
That was one game that we watched together.
Did you see any of the other games?
I watched a lot of the games. A lot.
Did it help you any?
Yeah, I thought that lots of the teams really pushed outside and just tried playing their style of the game, not playing the other style, just compete their way, keep their strategy through the whole game.
Kind of like the Netherlands, and that way maybe you guys can do the same thing. What school you go to?
I'm going to IMS,
Okay.
Islander Middle School,
Okay.
and I haven't been there, but it's my new school, so.
Okay. Well, congratulations on graduating from the other one and getting to middle school. All righty, and you are?
Sam Dawson.
Sam, talk a little bit about this tournament. Even though this is the first game and it turns out to be a loss, if you lose against a great team like this, it's not as bad.
Yeah, it's a great team, and we can just fight harder next time.
Okay. What do you learn from this game that's going to help you in the rest of the tournament?
The defense is first, and then once you get the defense out, then we can push it up to forwards and midfielders who can then score the goals.
Kind of the same thing that you saw in a lot of the teams that got towards the end in the World Cup, right?
Yep.
Talk about the trip coming down. How was it?
It was good. We took an airplane, and it was simple.
Simple. Okay, so, sort of like last year, or was it even better?
I think that the flight last year was a lot easier than this year.
All right. Okay. What school you go to?
International.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the experience over there.
It's a new school, and my old school it was a lot easier, and the international is supposed to be harder and more of a challenge.
All right. Well, you're going to stay on top of it, right?
Yeah, hope so.
One last shout out to anybody watching this video?
No.
My mom and my sister and my other sister and Toby, my dog.
Okay.
Okay, I'll say my dad, who should be here right now, but he's not, and my two sisters, and yeah.
Okay. Hey, you guys, good luck in the rest of the tournament. Good luck in, flying back and everything, and good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. And some more of the Eastside FC players are going to come on over. Let's see who we have here who played a great game today. And you are?
Jesse Franklin.
Okay. What position you play out there?
Center midfield.
Okay. Jesse, talk about how tough they are in the midfield area.
They work it around, and you only get one chance, and then you're gonna have to sprint the way back and recover by yourself, because they take advantage if you're not there defending. And sometimes I'd get too far up front, and then they would zoom back, and I just get more tired.
Their speed makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And definitely not like Washington. Plus, it's a lot hotter here.
Well, it's a lot warmer, but more importantly, you guys, are the best out of Washington. You come down here and you play these guys that are one of the best teams in the nation. So, but you learn a lot from this type of game. What can you take with you?
That you have to make decisions as just really, really quick, and that playing in this tournament isn't just to win it, it's also to get an experience and to learn from, because everybody else is either better than you or just as good, and you're never going to play somebody that's going to be easy. It's always going to be a challenge.
That's right. So you can gain a lot from this tournament. What school you go to?
St. John's.
Talk about the experience over there.
Excuse me?
The experience over there.
Catholic school. Really nice. We have a soccer team. We do okay, but it's up on this hill, and I don't know. There's nothing much other to say.
That's pretty much it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate in the Central, and you are?
I'm Frederick Lehman.
Okay, Frederick, talk about this whole game and the tournament and what you can gain from this game and take it on to the next games.
So yeah, we lost, but still we played hard and we tried our best. So if we play like this every game, then and we don't make it through, then he still can be proud that we worked hard and tried our best and we didn't make it through that. This means we have to work harder and try next year.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I think you're going to fare better this year than you did last year. Last year, watched you guys, was able to meet you guys for the first time, and I see where you guys have gotten better.
I wasn't here last year, so they told me a lot how this team beat us 5-1 last year. This time we only lost 3-0, so next year we might tie them or lose 1-0. So we're getting closer every year.
That's right, and you got a great keeper. What school you got to?
I'm going to the middle school this year. It's Mercer Island Middle School.
Okay. Congratulations towards graduating. You looking forward to middle school?
Yep. There's gonna be better food, and there's gonna be there's a soccer team, so I can try to play 2 teams. More fun.
Mercer Island's beautiful up there. I got cousins that live up there. Not in Mercer Island though. And you are?
I'm Mitchell Mead.
Okay, Mitchell again. Good to see you. And talk a little bit about what you guys plan on doing, taking from this game and using it in the rest of the games.
Well, I think that we dribble too much a little bit, so if we pass more, we'll be more successful. And we just learn from our mistakes.
Okay. Well, I thought you guys played really well in the back. I thought, that in the second half it kind of got away from you towards the end of it. But I tell you what, you guys, you made it interesting there for a while. 1-0 is that could go either way. And again, like your teammates mentioned, there were some chances that who knows, maybe it would have been a 1-1 game. Is there anything that you plan on doing to help out your team the rest of the way?
I think that I should get the ball more and cross it in, just to make them more successful.
All right. Hold on to it as long as you can. Get things going on the counterattack. What school you got to?
I go to IMS, Islander Middle School, with Freddie.
Okay.
I might join the team too.
Okay. That'll be great. Okay. Shout out to your parents watching this.
Hi.
Lame-o. We're gonna win next time.
Alrighty.
Well, if we don't do well, we're still in San Diego.
It's a nice place, isn't it?
Yes.
Comic-Con and everything. All right, guys. And some more Eastside FC players. And you are?
Jacob Anson.
Jake, we saw you last year and everything. Doesn't it feel great to come back here again and see what you can do this year and be better?
Yeah, it feels awesome to have this feeling again.
You guys, I like the way you guys touch the ball. I like the way you guys, get your offense going. You do start it from defense to offense. Some teams are going to be tougher at trying to get it going down the field. This is one of those teams, right?
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Okay. What do you plan to do? What do you think your teammates can do to get you into the qualifying rounds?
I think we need to finish our chances because we had a couple of chances that should have been put away.
Okay. All righty. What school you go to?
I go to Ridgewood in Renton.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the experience over at Ridgewood.
Well, the teachers are really nice and really push you to learn more.
Okay. All righty. Well, let me talk to your teammate in the Central, and you are?
Sergio.
Okay. What's your last name, Sergio?
Jimenez Ramirez.
Sergio, talk about, the experience of being on this team and what you guys can try and do to maybe get to the qualifying rounds.
I think we can do better because some teams we could probably beat them. Some teams, they don't, touch the ball a lot.
Okay.
We touched it a lot, yeah.
All right. It's fun to learn from teams that have some skill like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What do you take from a game like this that can really help your game?
We can do better because, yeah, like Jake said, we had a lot of finishes we could have done. We could have had some penalty kicks, but didn't really call them.
What school you at to?
Einstein Elementary.
Okay. How's the experience over there at that school?
Yeah, the teachers are nice, yeah, too. Yeah, they help you learn a lot. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go. That's what it's all about. And let me talk to your teammate on the outside, and you are?
Amen.
Okay. Eamon, talk about, and good to see you again, talk about, just how you guys have improved over a year and how much fun it's going to be playing in this tournament this year.
Well, last year when we played these guys, we lost by more than this year, so I know we improved, and it's really fun playing here.
Well, you guys are older. I mean, as you get older, you learn more and stuff, and you just get used to playing here, and it's not such a surprise maybe as it was last year.
Yeah, it's definitely more comfortable playing here this year than last year because
All right. What school you go to, Eamon?
the Bush School in Seattle.
Okay. You like that school over there?
Yeah, it's
One last shout out to anybody watching this video.
no.
Not really.
Nothing? Okay.
Not really.
Not really? Okay, guys, good luck and a safe travels going back home.
Thank you.
Eastside FC. More of the outstanding young men playing on this team. And you are?
Matthew Richardson.
Matthew, good to see you again. Talk about this team, how much you guys have learned from each other over the year, and what you plan on doing the rest of this tournament.
Just keep on passing the ball. We're doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of, obviously it's been a pretty successful year for you guys again, and it seems you're either finalists or you either win it all. You almost did it in State Cup. So what do you have to do maybe to get into the qualifying round here?
I think we just have to keep on communicating and play some decent balls and score.
Okay. All right. Well, I know you guys can do that because you've already shown it, at least in this game and in prior tournaments. What school you go to?
Beaver Lake.
Okay. Talk about that school.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Anything special over there?
No, nothing special.
It's just that it's good. Well, that's good enough. And you are?
I'm Lucas Meek.
Lucas, good to see you again. And Lucas, talk about what you guys want to try to do and take from this game on maybe facing this team in the final.
Well, what I want to try to do as well, I think we should pass the ball around, not only kick the ball up to try to get it to our forwards, work it around, and get past their defense.
There you go. Well, is there anything else that you've learned as a team maybe over the last year that you can apply towards this tournament this year?
I've learned that they're all very good teams. You can't come in too confident, and you always have to bring your A game.
There you go. What school you go to?
I go to Lakeridge Elementary.
Okay. Talk about the experience over there.
Well, actually, now I'm going to IMS next year, the middle school. I used to go to Lakeridge. IMS is my middle school.
Okay. Well, congratulations from graduating and moving on to the middle school. Are you looking forward to that middle school experience?
I'm excited to see friends from other schools there. Not too excited for the school part though, but I'm excited to see friends again.
There you go. All right, let me talk to your teammate on the outside in your.
Hunter Bauman.
Hunter, good to see you again, and talk about what you guys want to try to do the rest of this tournament.
Well, I think we should work it around like my other teammates said, and pass more and not try and dribble it out of the back as much.
Okay. Well, this team is going to make it tough for any way you want to try to approach them, but I think you guys, showed an ability to play them quite well there for most of the game, and they just finally start wearing your defense down, right?
Yeah. At the end, we kind of just broke down, and defenders, it seemed like we're getting a little tired.
Okay. What school you go to, and talk about the experience over there?
West Mercer, and I'm going into 5th grade. and I'm in the gifted program, and it's a pretty good school.
Okay. All righty. One last shout out for you guys.
Hi. I don't know.
Anybody watching this video?
Hello.
Parents? Anything?
Hi.
Nephews? Cousins? All right.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know yet.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Well, good luck in the rest of the tournament and have safe travels back home, okay, guys? Thanks. And let's see. It looks like we're going to have the keeper, Paul Lewis, and his teammate here. And you are?
Pateadores.
Tay, good to see you again. Talk a little bit about your team and how you guys have matured over the years since we saw you last year.
Well, last year we didn't really play as well as we could have. We worked a lot harder this year. I was exhausted after this game. And we did better. We only lost 2-0, not 5-1.
Right.
But I think we could have scored. We got a lot of opportunities, but we didn't take them. So I think we could do better the next game and next year.
So since you guys have those opportunity cards, you're going to start using them against the other teams, huh?
Yeah.
Talk about the trip getting down here, for the most part, for you.
Trip getting down here was long. Partially because I didn't really get lunch.
But you make it down here and then it gets fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was really fun once I got here.
Nice to be here in Southern California. What school you go to?
Vista Academy.
Okay. What's good about the experience over there?
Well, one thing, we have a field trip almost every other week.
Wow.
And, well, there's not many kids in the school. It's a middle school of a bigger school. 1 month.
My dad, who's got the cancer, terminal cancer, he used to love taking his kids in high school to field trips. So that's one of the fun things. So let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
Paul Lewis.
Okay. Paul, what a game that you played today. They might have had those 5 or more. What did you tell yourself to coming into this game?
Well, first of all, I thought that if I'm going to down here, this is a complete honor to all of our teammates. So if we perform, who knows, we might come back next year.
Well, it is, and well spoken on that. And, obviously you understand it. And I think your whole team understands the game a lot better, even more so this year than last year. One of the key things, the reason why they were, able to do what they're able to do is they understand the game too. And in order to win a tournament like this, which they've done a couple years in a row, you've got to understand the game, right?
Yes, exactly how you put it. And that's what we tried to do. It's unlucky about the 3-0, but we tried.
You did. And your long arms and your ability to understand it in the net is what helped you guys keep it down low. So what do you expect your defenders to do the rest of this tournament?
Well, I do think we need to channel more on this side. So if the ball's coming from the left, our right defender needs to tuck in and protect the far post, because that's how 2 of our 3 goals got scored.
Yeah, that's what I tell everyone.
Okay, you've got it all nailed down. What school you go to?
I'm currently homeschooled. Next year I'm going to go to Bellevue Christian, though.
I remember that. All right. Okay, well, good luck towards going to it's going to be different going to that school, but at least it's a good school.
It is.
All righty. Okay, guys, one last thing you'd like to say to your parents or anybody watching this?
Yes, I'd like to thank all the parents for bringing us all down here, and how much money it's going to cost us is outrageous, and I'm going to Disneyland.
All right, there you go, Paul. After this game, you deserve it. Okay, and you?
Well, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad my parents took me, my mom over there took me, and I feel kind of sad for my sister, brother, and dad who didn't get to come to here.
All right, well, maybe next year.
Maybe.
All righty. Okay, guys, have a safe travels and good rest of your tournament.
Thanks.
Okay, and the head coach. I think it's on Nuon, right? That's on. On Nuon, Jake. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Good to see you again, huh? Great to see you guys again this year. I thought it was an outstanding first half. Maybe they had forgotten you guys' tenacity and ability to play this game, or maybe they just didn't care and maybe were a little bit more lackadaisical in the first half. But either way you look at it, it was a fabulous game in the first half. What happened in the second half? And I know you guys told them some things to be ready for in the second half. What do you think happened in the second half?
I think the boys created some chances and did well. In the end, it came down to we had a few chances we didn't finish, and that can come back to bite you. So you only get a few throughout the game, and you got to make them count.
And of course, the fact that they seem to win this, they like coming to this Sturf Cup and winning it whatever time of year it is. Makes them feel a little bit more comfortable at what they're trying to do. But I think you guys are set up after the experience in this game this year. To probably make it to the qualifying rounds and see maybe if you can see these guys again.
I agree. I agree totally. And I was kind of glad that we played this team first, so we hope we can carry our momentum into the second, third games and take it to the other teams.
Well, I think it's a fabulous performance out of a first game of a tournament, especially this type of a tournament. And it only hopefully can get better from here.
I agree. Definitely.
All right, An, you want to say anything else to the fact of you guys getting down here, being prepared, and the parents' participation and all that, and just the focus?
I thought the boys did well. We asked them to do certain things, and they executed pretty well. And I'm proud of them. They, the game could have gone either way if we buried a couple of chances early, and as a result of us going down 2-0, we went a little bit slim in the back, and they were able to get that third goal to kind of solidify their win a little bit. So, but overall, our boys played well. They adjusted well, and they came out fired up, and we would have gotten a couple of those early ones, like we said. It may have been a different story, but you can't let a team like this caliber hang around, because eventually they'll start playing, and which they did, and they did well. So.
Does something like this year, the World Cup being involved on TV and everything, does that help out kids of this age? I mean, watching it and stuff. Can they apply any of that kind of professional play to their mindset of what I have to do positionally and at my level?
Oh, absolutely. We encourage these guys to watch games all the time. You only learn from what you see. So they did, and they even in the practice they come over and they start doing moves, and they start naming the players that they learn the moves from, and so it's definitely an educator of things to watch a higher caliber of soccer, especially during the World Cup. So.
And those guys at the World Cup are unbelievable, aren't they?
It was fun. It was fun. When you get up at 4:30 in the morning to watch games, it means that you're getting up to watch some good soccer. So it was definitely worth it.
I still feel good about what's going to happen for our country in the future as far as the game of soccer, don't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We did really well. Made it into the round of 16, and we were right in that game, too, right to the end of overtime. So it's doing a lot better.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the miss-up by Algeria, then the next thing you know, hey, they're even further along. So now it says a lot for us. So, all righty, guys. Well, I wish you the best in the rest of this tournament towards possibly winning it, and if not, finishing real strong, and the rest of your year. And hopefully maybe we'll see you guys next year at this tournament.
Oh, you'll see us.
All righty. You guys take care, all right? All right, and a safe trip back home.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it right here from the San Diego Surf Cup 2010. We hope you enjoyed all the action. And looks like the guys from the other team aren't going to come over, but, they had quite a bit of a day winning the first game at least, 3-0. And they're the type of team that's very dangerous, and all the rest of them, the teams in this tournament at this age 12 know all about them. But again, Eastside FC 98 Red is a team that the others have to take notice because they can play too. For Jim Costa on the camera, I'm Greg G.K. Porter saying take care of yourself. God bless as always, and as always, save this one on the hard drive. Bye now.